A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you're all having a productive day so far. All right, so in this one, we're going to be talking some red ball cricket. Yes, my viewers and subscribers, going to be talking some red ball cricket. Moving from the T20 series against England and getting our minds ready for this test series against Bangladesh. Give a listening ear until the end and let me know what you all think in the comment section. All right, so a couple days ago, prior to CWI announcing the test squad that would take on Bangladesh, I know that quite a few fans were looking and anticipating whether or not some of the guys that are doing well in T20 cricket and ODI cricket would make themselves available for the upcoming series. Didn't happen at all. Didn't happen. You understand? If you have been watching West Indies cricket over the last couple of years, you would realize the trend. We have players that play in different formats. We have guys that they don't touch the test cricket any at all. And you have some people that are test cricket and they can't get into the shorter format at all. Now, a couple of weeks ago, CWI gave some information through Miles Bascom saying that players will no longer have to play in the domestic leagues to, get qualified for international games. So, for example, a man wanting to play Test cricket, they don't necessarily have to go out there and play play in the 4-day regional championship. If they are doing well in ODI cricket or T20 cricket, and the selectors or the coach see it fit, they might invite them to come into the camp. We were hoping that would be a way to get some of these players to make themselves available. Mind you, we cannot tell a man, especially if he's not under contract, to say, come and play 4-day cricket, come and play test cricket. We all know that they are not going to do it. You understand? You will have a man come out and say, well, there is not a lot of eyes on test cricket anymore. People are not watching it. So, that's why they are sticking to the T20 cricket. It's not entertaining. The players will come and give you all different type of excuses, right? But we know that it's the money. We know that it's the money that they are getting, to play in the different franchise leagues while we can't have them. And as I said, we understand. The thing is, they play cricket for a living. We watch it as entertainment. So they are going to look to maximize on their earning potential. We surely get that. You understand? But if you look across the world, even though they might say they get better compensated playing international cricket than what we get. You have players that they are in demand when it comes down to T20 cricket. But, their commitment to their country, they are still making sure that they turn up. You understand? I would use Tristan Stubbs as the latest example. One of the hardest hitting all-rounder going around right now. You understand? Highly sought after, whether it's CPL, IPL, whatever you're talking about. And he has actually moved up, not moved on. He has actually branched off from T20 only. He's playing test cricket, playing ODI cricket and scoring runs. So I'm just saying there are guys that they spend most of their time playing T20 cricket. They don't necessarily have time to play all of the first class red ball cricket, but they still make themselves available. When CWI came up with this, what we were hoping, it would drive some of the players to at least make themselves available. So the Bangladesh tour is one that, the Bangladesh touring us is one that we were looking at and saying, a couple of the players would make themselves available. Well, if you all have been following this channel, I said that, I have to see it. That's what I said. I have to see it. Because what they are going to say is, even though it's a home series, and even though CWI said they don't have to play, even though CWI said they don't have to play first class cricket to qualify for tests, they will tell you that they have commitment to play in leagues in the next couple of months, so they have to spend time with the family. And as I said, we totally understand a man wanting to maximize on their earning potential, because we have seen in the past where CWI themselves, they have actually given players reasons why not to play. You understand? We see where players come and play first class cricket, score a bag of century, take a bag of wickets, and then they bypass them, and tell them all kind of stories. You understand? So that don't really create a lot of trust. But I think this CWI, I said it earlier, CWI telling the players that they don't have to play the regional cricket to get to become qualified to play at the international level. I personally think that's a wrong move. You understand? I think it's a wrong move. You might have man playing well in T20 and they might go play well in some ODI cricket, but getting them in the test team, it's a whole different ball game. How willing are they to run in and bowl 20 overs for the day? How willing are they to curb their need to strike the ball hard and bat out 1.5 day for us? You understand? Obviously, they are thinking they are past the first class level. So CWI is reaching out and giving a branch there, say, we will do this, we will waive this. Can you make yourselves available? This time we hear a man say they're preparing for this, they're preparing for that. You understand? And I was actually just reading an article. Well, I read the article a couple days ago, but because of the T20 series, I didn't want to touch on it. Now that we are going into the test series against Bangladesh, think it's a good time for us to just take a look at it. Taking it from the sports website MSN, right? They cover a lot of sporting topics. This article in particular that I am looking at, it's very interesting. They have interviews from a couple of players and stuff, So the story was actually done by a journalist called Cameron Pansonby. So all credit goes to them. And I just particularly want to zoom in on this part here, of an interview that they had with Hetmyer. Right? So this is what he said, and I quote, "It is so difficult for me to just say that I'll go back into some red ball cricket when the IPL is going on." Right? Went on to say, "You still have to think about your family and everything, because you can't just go into a supermarket and go, I play for West Indies, and they will give you stuff for free," end quote. Right? So that is Hetmyer once again reminding us that the money that is out there on offer, you understand, it's hard for them to turn it down to go and play red ball cricket, because they can't go into the supermarket and tell people that they play for West Indies and get stuff for free. We totally understand, wanting to set up your family for a generation to come. We understand a man being in the position where they can earn, to set up, their kids, their grandkids, you understand, family members. We understand all of that, but as I said, only if they could see the benefit of playing some red ball cricket, But it's going to be very interesting, my people. And my reason for really touching on this right now is because I know quite a few people were looking to see if Brandon King and Shea Hope were going to be a part of the test squad to take on Bangladesh. You understand? Leading up to leading up to the last test series we played before this, we heard CWI saying that guys like Brandon King and a couple others, they have them as a part of a unit that they want to play all format cricket. And one would have thought this would be the perfect opportunity for them to get some game time, but it's always going to be a battle, wrestling. As I said, some players will come out and tell you it's because, there's no interest where test cricket is concerned. You understand? I remember one man came out a couple months ago and said that the reason why people not playing test cricket for West Indies and really traveling and playing franchise cricket is because there's not a lot of interest where test cricket is concerned. It's not necessarily for the money. It's not because they want to go and play for the money. It's because the interest. I never heard such foolishness in my life. You understand? And the problem is, it's right there in front of us to see, And as I said, I cannot sit and be a hypocrite and say I don't understand people wanting to set up their families. You understand? But I'm just saying, CWI, they are willing to waive the whole the whole playing 4-day championship thing. You understand? As much as I think it's gonna be to our detriment, you know, they are willing to waive it. You know, I would hope that probably not this series, but hopefully next couple of test series we will see one or two of them wanting to play. And in my opinion, if we get one or two of them coming in, you understand, then you might see the others coming into play. Shea Hope hasn't played in a while. You know, I think the last time he played some red ball cricket, he scored a century, you know, for talking about for Barbados. And then he had a couple of half centuries playing last year. I think it was playing in the county championship over there in England. So he was well on his way to returning, but he has actually stepped up his white ball game and is now high in demand. You understand? So it would appear as if his plans to return to red ball cricket are no longer on the front burner. You understand? But we have to make do with what we have. We have to make do with what we have. You understand? And I've always said, because a couple of men not playing, it doesn't mean the cricket stops. The cricket continues, you know. It's just that when we have the guys that we think are the talented ones coming out, you understand, out of the region, not playing at all, it's really tough, you know, it's really tough. Especially when you're watching cricket all over the world and you see people, as I said, like, you know, Tristan Stubbs, Linton Das, you understand, Nisank and them guys playing all formats and really stepping on it, you know, you're left to wonder what could have been or what would be if we would get some of these guys to play. But it's just food for thought, my people, for us to ponder and wonder on as we go into this test series against Bangladesh. Big up on yourself. Stay safe.